Sex! Now that I got your attention, welcome to Cinebuck Presents, where I give my $2 instead of my 2 cents. Pornography isn't really my cup of tea, so I never really bothered to read the 50 Shades of Grey books. I remember when the movie version of the first book came out, it had become such a huge box office draw that it got me curious to see what the fuss was all about. And what did I think of it? Meh. Didn't care for it. So does the next chapter in this franchise fare out any better? Before I answer that, let's talk about its story. You have these two romantic leads, one named Anastasia Steele, who's a college graduate, and is played by Dakota Johnson. The other is Christian Grey, a wealthy entrepreneur, and played by Jamie Dornan. In the first movie, they both shared a sadomasochistic relationship until they eventually broke up by the end. In this movie, it starts off with him asking her to see if she can come back to him. She willingly agrees, on the condition that there would be no more rules or punishments. While they both share their newfound relationship and playful sex, we find out that Christian is beginning to battle his inner demons, including the former lovers that he had before Anastasia, one of them played by Kim Basinger. Other subplots, such as a shady business deal and an attempted sexual assault, also come into play. Will these two lovebirds ever catch a break and successfully battle these conflicts? Will this movie be as vanilla and bland as their relationship? See, the biggest problem that I have with this franchise is that, much like Twilight, it doesn't flesh out its stories or characters in a well-rounded or complex way so that we could relate to them and truly care for them in the dilemmas that they may face, even when the stories do try to make us care for them on a deep emotional level. It doesn't help that the tepid acting lessens the dramatic tension rather than heighten it. Not to mention that the conflicts are written as all over the place, with unsatisfying resolutions. Even the sex scenes, while generally tame, don't help in the aid of the progression of the plot. This movie kind of reminded me of Tommy Wiseau's anti-masterpiece, The Room, a movie that also features sex scenes that practically stall the plot, and a script that's so baffling in the way it establishes the subplots but then are quickly dropped later on. In fact, I say that this franchise is like if one were to take Twilight and The Room and mix them together in a blender. Oh, and do I even need to talk about how bad some of the dialogue is? Here's an example. You're so tan and glowy. And here's another. I don't know whether to worship you at your feet or spank you. See, it's lines like these that are so stupidly funny that I couldn't help but laugh at them. So overall, it tries to give a little bit of thrust to this erotic romance drama, yet in the end, it just comes off as a stagnant and clumsy bore. Unless the people at Riff Tracks ever do a commentary on it, I say this movie's worth nothing more than a skip. If I were to give this movie a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 4. Not the worst, but it's just plain bad. This is Renton White 11 giving its $2 and saying, this movie can suck it. Not literally, I mean. Take care, guys.